take nearly as long as the gold network.
Okay, I'm here.
Yeah, divided, that's what I said.
Yo, wait.
The
It's not
lengths
like
that
they
we
don't
will
have
go through.
netherite.
Now that the world border is reachable, it's time to make good use of it. This is a world border gold farm. It produces over 5 million gold nuggets per hour and over 130,000 gold ingots per hour. To put that into perspective, you could build the Glossarifies gold farm from Y0 to Y256, and the gold ingots from this farm alone would outperform the entire rates of that farm. How the heck is this thing so fast? First, let's explain a little bit about portal mechanics. When you enter a portal in the Nether, your coordinates get multiplied by 8, and then you get set in that position in the overworld. This makes the Nether a lot bigger than the overworld. So if we take the overworld, overlay it in the middle of the Nether, we can see all this empty space that just leads to outside the world border. But actually, if you go through a portal in all this empty space, the coordinates get rounded down to the edge of the overworld, so you end at the world border. This means we have all this area that we can link to a single portal in the overworld. This is a trick that was discovered by OreoLamp, but Rhythm wants me to give him credit for it, so good job, Rhythm. So what does the nether side of this farm look like? Well, it's not beautiful. Just look at this. Look at all these portals. This is just insane. But in order to prevent regular piglins from spawning alongside the zombified piglins, we need this magma here underneath the portal. And unfortunately that requires update suppression. And this is how we reach the 5 million gold nuggets per hour. Obviously this is really stupid. So if you don't want to go through the effort of slicing all these portals, there's a much more tame version that does not prevent regular piglins from spawning. So it only gets about 4 million gold nuggets per hour, which is still a lot, but it's not the 5 million that you could get with the other one. This version, since we can't slice the portal, just uses light level to block the spawning in the other spot so that we can make corner portal work, so you don't have to get rid of this obsidian. And this is what the overworld side looks like. It is very similar to my lazy looting creeper farm, so if you haven't seen that one, go give that one a watch too, but after this video. It starts with this guy over here who's placing TNT and who is also holding a looting sword in his main hand. The TNT then gets conveyed all the way over here near the lazy chunk, where the arrow gets ignited by the TNT and launched into the kill chamber where the mobs get looted. One thing I want to point out is the use of a player arrow in the TNT igniter. We need to do this in order to get the gold nuggets, which contribute a good amount of rates to the farm. But that also means it produces XP. So we've got these sculk catalysts in here that actually prevent the XP from spawning. And here we can see that in effect. The TNT blows up the pigment, and then the drops just get pushed into the water stream, and all the entities get pushed out of the lazy chunks to despawn. And occasionally we have a few baby pigmen coming out up here by this slime block, and that's because of the chicken jockeys. So we need this extra piston to push them out, or else their dead bodies will pile up in lazy chunks and break your server. There's also this portal down here in case you're running the nether side with the mob switch off, but the overworld side is not running, just so the mobs don't start piling up over here in lazy chunks and not despawn. A side effect of having this portal is you can come over here in not spectator and then just watch the pigment explode out of the portal. You can really see the true rate of this farm and how fast it's spawning piglins. In the world download, there's going to be this blue chunk box that you just want to align with the very corner of the world border like that. And it should be also chunk aligned. And it does not matter what height you build this at, as long as it's above 0. When you come to the nether side, just enter through any of the 3 portals. There's going to be this line you can follow to get to the nether side of the farm. And you can't actually have a portal that links directly to this because it's outside of where the world border would be in the overworld. Just make sure you're building this in nether wastes. And if you don't want to build this awful update suppression version, just fly over here, and there is the non-update suppression version. Also, make sure you build this entirely in a nether wastes biome. The farm itself is not directional. However, you want to make sure the overworld side and the nether side are rotated the same amount. So if the mobs come out of the portal on the north side in the overworld, then in the nether you'd want the spawnable side of the portal to be on the north side. Also make sure that you come down here and have the TNT bot shoot an arrow right in the middle of that target block. Make sure you've got flint and steel in this tower of chests, and there's some chests over there that need to be filled with TNT. Shulker boxes of TNT and shulker boxes of flint and steel, not just the single items. Then while the farm is running, there's 3 reasons it will auto shut off. You either run out of flint and steel, run out of TNT, or you forgot to put the arrow in the arrow storage. The last thing I want to note is that this farm is made for render distance 16 and simulation distance 16. So if you are playing on a different render distance or simulation distance, you're going to have to adjust the length of the TNT conveyor. That's about it. Thanks for watching.